What's up, guys? Darren Waldo here, Where's Waldo Adventures, and this is an RV edition, and wanted to answer a few questions that I see people posting in different Facebook groups I'm in and different comments on the other videos I've seen. Number one, how to get power to your RV when you're on your own property or up alongside a house or a building that that you're renting or something like that. I'm right now in my 12-foot by 20-foot building that I built to get power onto this property. And from the get-go, we had an electrician do all of the initial work, and then I've added in some circuits and stuff. But we had him install a 50 amp plug on the outside. We have a 42-foot open range 370 RBS that we full-time in. It's an amazing camper. We love it. That will be on the market later this summer because obviously we need to build a house with having a newborn and needing a little bit more space. And that was the long-term goal anyway, so we just moved up that goal. So real quick, our electrician installed this 50 amp breaker, and then this black wire here. I think that's 6 gauge is what you need to use for 50 amp to carry that load of electricity. It runs up through the wall to the outside. I'm gonna stay inside just for a second because it's freezing outside. Initially, I went to Camping World and asked them what I needed to have to hook up to shore power and into a building. And I think the salesman was just confused. He sold me basically the plug that you would put on the outside of an RV to replace it, which is not what I needed. I needed the female connection end to be the outlet, just like a normal outlet, because that's what all the RV wires are. And maybe you can get some sort of converter. I didn't want to mess with any of that stuff. So after I got that installed, realized that was the wrong thing. I took it back and I went down after everything was inspected by the electrical inspector here in our county. I went down to Home Depot, got the outlet box I'm going to show you here in a second. I rewired it myself and no problems at all with it. And we run a surge protector. I'll show you that one real quick. And then extension cords over to the RV because it's about 65 feet away. And then we basically I cover up where the extension cords meet because I had to buy 2 extension cords in addition to the electric cord that came with our RV. So I cover those with some plastic totes just to keep water from getting down into that union of those extension cords, and it's worked out well. When I don't do that, I do find that the power blips if water gets down into those. So I was thinking, well, let's not have any electrical issues. So outside real quick, one day I'll come back through and do a tour of the building about how I built this and what all we've done, and our internet, and hopefully soon to get fiber internet out here on the property, which is going to be amazing. But this is the outlet I bought, and I got that at Home Depot, like I said. Surge protector we got at Camping World. Love Camping World. So Marcus, if you're watching this, dude, hook us up, sponsors. It'd be awesome. But there is our RV, and like I said, plastic totes that I've covered up the unions to the extension cords. That way we don't have to worry about water getting into that and sorting anything out. I'll cover septic, what we did for that soon, and cleaning out our black tank. But I thought I would cover electric and gas since we are getting ready to have winter apocalypse here in Kentucky. Not looking forward to it. We spent about 1.5 years at a KOA campground before we bought our property. A little over 1.5 years. No, just a little over a year. No, was it? I don't even know. I think it was 15 months at a KOA. And while we were there, we used 20-pound propane tanks. This RV came with 3 of them. We swapped out one of those for a 100-pound tank. I just unplugged the pigtail, plugged in the 100-pound hose, and then we were good to go on that. So we did that until we basically moved out here to the property. And then we switched over to a 250-gallon tank, and I'll talk about that here in a second. So basically, we no longer use these tanks, except for an emergency or for grilling on a little barbecue. But basically what they did was the propane company unhooked all the rubber hoses that come standard, and just hard piped in to the tank. All the regulators and everything are included in this tank. So I see people asking questions about they're going to do this, but you know, they need the step down regulators and all that stuff that I don't really understand. Propane company handled all of that stuff. It's all included in this unit. The other thing about it was that we are renting this tank super cheap. You also get a much better deal on your propane when you're getting it through a company like that instead of going to Tractor Supply like I did for the better part of 2 years. Crazy expensive doing it that way. I spent a lot of money, and I would have saved a lot of money, but we were at a KOA and we couldn't do this setup. And unfortunately they were on short supply of tanks, so I got a janky looking one. The gauge on it doesn't work, so to find out how much propane I have left, I either spray hot water or pour hot water, and I just did that on this thing. And when you feel it, the tank is hot anywhere there's no propane. Once you do that, I didn't do it right now, and then once you get down to about right here is where my gas is at right now, it gets cold because that propane pulls the heat out of the tank. So that's what we've done for that. For our other tanks, I've got a little device that it's like a pin. You push up against it, and it I think it sends like an ultrasound wave into it, and it lets you know where the level of the propane's at inside the tank. I had that in my pocket on an earlier rendition of this video, and then wasn't shooting a video, I was taking a picture, so I don't have it in my pocket now. Anyways, that is what we do for our electric and our propane, and I'll try to do a couple more about water setup and septic setup once we get some warmer weather. So hope you guys are having a great day, staying warm and surviving like we are, because this cold is, it's crazy. So hope you guys are having a great day.